Okay. BOOZHOO NanabooZHoo. Hello, my fellow Anishinaabe, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. How you doing? My name is NANABOOZHOO. NANABOOZHOO Nindigenous. NANABOOZHOO is my name. And over here, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO Weenie Mushane. Say hello to the people. BOOZHOO Anishinaabe. How you doing? How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, I'm doing great. It's another Tuesday morning. It looks like it's going to be beautiful today. Yeah, it sure does. I think it's going to be like 75 or something. I know, huh? I got my hot pants on. You got your short shorts. I got my Daisy Dukes on. Oh, God. Hey. Well, that's good. How are you? Oh, me? Yeah. You know, you're always asking everybody how they're doing, but nobody ever asks how you're doing. How are you doing, NANABOOZHOO? Not good. You're kidding. Why not? I don't know, man. You know, I put on a show every day. I do some research. I put up an Ojibwe word of the day. You know, I got these big dreams. I'm gonna do a YouTube show, and I'll teach the language and the culture to the people. And what happens? What? Nothing. Nobody cares. Oh, people care. There's always the BOOZHOO crew. To heck with the BOOZHOO crew. That's what I say. What? Don't let them know that. Like they're ever going to watch this show. Oh, jeez. Hello, BOOZHOO crew. Oh, funny joke. We were just kidding around here. We didn't know you were watching. Nah. So, who's here? Daniel Black. BOOZHOO, Mr. Black. Hey, wasn't that a Brad Pitt movie? Mr. Black? Is that the one where he speaks like in Jamaican? Yeah. Everything gonna be Irie. Everything gonna be Irie. Yeah, it was something like The Crazy Life of Mr. Black or something. And Brad Pitt played a guy who could do accents in hospitals. Everything gonna be Irie. So, Jessica's here. Mino Giga Shame. Jessica, how nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Jessica's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Jessica. And Brandy Marie. Brandy Marie says, Mino Giga Shame. How you doing, Brandy? Brandy's here. BOOZHOO, Brandy. All right. Well, the BOOZHOO crew is filing in. They want to talk about the traditional ways, the sacred teachings of the Anishinaabe. Huh, sweetie? Yeah, I guess. Or something. But me? Yeah? I just want to talk about Brad Pitt movies. So, in the movie, something about Mr. Black. I really don't remember the name of that movie. And that guy who was Hannibal Lecter. Oh, yeah, I think he died recently. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Right. He was in there, and I forget what his job was. But Brad Pitt goes into a hospital. And I think he must be an angel or something. Because this old lady from Jamaica is in a wheelchair, and she sees him. She's like, oh, have you come for me? And Brad Pitt looks at her and he goes, everything gwar be Irie. Everything's going to be all right. But in Jamaican accent. Everything gwar be Irie. And she understands him. And I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Brad Pitt. Acting. Oh, what an actor. He's a different character in every movie. Brad Pitt? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Daniel Black. Daniel Black just says, meet Joe Black. Yeah, okay. Are you related to Joe Black? Daniel is Joe Black's brother. He can talk like that too. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the BOOZHOO crew doesn't know this about Daniel Black, but he's got a thick, thick Jamaican accent. Everything war be Irie. Daniel Black. He doesn't have that accent. Yeah, I don't know. So, did you guys have a good Memorial Day weekend? Did you have fun yesterday? I did. I love hanging out with Missy. She's so crazy. I know, huh? We went back to the res yesterday and went to the town of our ancestors, Bena, Minnesota. Went to the cemetery there for the Memorial Day service or whatever. And these old veterans came out, did the 21 gun salute. And man, I couldn't believe how many people were there. I know, you'd think it was the 4th of July or something. Yeah. Oh man, Indians love their ceremonies. So, got to see cousins and that. Got to meet new cousins. You ever do that? You go to like a family gathering somewhere and they're like, oh, this is so-and-so and so-and-so. Hey, you guys, this is your cousin. We're like, oh, hi. How are we cousins? Oh, your grandpa was my grandpa's brother. Oh, okay, I remember your grandpa. I had to tell the descendants of Billy Boy about their grandpa. So here's a story. Back in the days of the grandfathers, in my grandpa's family, there were 2 cops and 1 robber. My grandpa Aubrey, his brother Ray, were police officers. Or actually, I think my grandpa was like a conservation officer or something. But when you're a res cop, you just kind of do everything. And then their other brother, the little brother, Billy Boy, was a safe cracker. He would rob banks. And so I met some of his, Billy Boy's, grandchildren and great-grandchildren yesterday. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember your grandpa. Because now I'm old and, I remember people that these young people don't remember. I go, yeah, he came to my grandpa's funeral. And in fact, I have somewhere around here. Oh, I forgot to show that to them. Billy Boy once made a leather checkbook holder, I guess, cover. And it's like made of leather and it says Lyons on it. Huh, Michael? Yeah, that's right. It says Lyons, our last name. And apparently he made it in like leather shop or something when he was in jail. But Michael still has it here. And so the day comes, my grandpa passes away and we're at the church there. And I'm talking to Billy Boy outside. And I go, Billy Boy, can I ask you something? And he goes, yeah, sure. Oh, and by the way, I know the BOOZHOO crew knows this. But in Indian country, a lot of people have nicknames. And so, like his name was probably William, but everyone called him Billy Boy. And, oh, hey, Missy's here. BOOZHOO, Missy. Missy still has the newspaper clipping of when Billy Boy got arrested. We're going to get together. I want to see that. But so Billy Boy was famous in like I don't know who goes after bank robbers. But he was like a good safe cracker. And I don't know if he would go in there with like a stethoscope and figure out how to break it. Or if he just brought dynamite and blew up. I don't know. Do you know, Missy? How did Billy Boy break into safes? Did he blow them up? Or did he like figure out the combination somehow? But anyway, when they finally arrested Billy Boy, it made all the newspapers and everything. So I'm talking to Billy Boy, who's by this time, an elder. And we're at my grandpa's funeral. And I go, hey, Billy Boy, can I ask you a question? He goes, yeah, sure. And I go, I heard a story once where my grandpa, when you went to prison, he had to drive you down to Stillwater or wherever he went. And I go, that must have been really hard for my grandpa, huh? And Billy Boy goes, yeah, I suppose it was. A little harder for me, of course. And I was like, yeah, I guess. It's harder to go to prison and have to drive somebody there. But, and he just kind of joked around. But these old men in my family, they all have the same kind of goofy humor. They like to set up a joke and then make it turn just a little bit to surprise, The men in my family are really funny. Actually, the women are pretty funny, too. It's, okay, Missy says he had a toolkit. But was a toolkit like stethoscope? And, yeah, it must have been, like, delicate work. So he probably didn't just blow up the bank and go in. I guess I would have heard about it if it was dynamite. So that's pretty cool. I mean, what a skill. I mean, it's not cool to rob banks, but it's cool to know how. You know what I would do if I only had a week to live? What's that? I'd go rob a bank. Really? Yeah, if I only had a week to live, would you help me rob a bank? I'd help you rob a bank today if you want. Okay, let's do it. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with a whole bunch of cash because Natasha and I are going to go rob a bank. Yeah! You have been watching. Nah, I'm just kidding. There's enough crime in this town. I know. What's going on? Have you noticed how sketchy everybody looks these days? Yeah. So, gunshots yesterday. I'm in Bemidji, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know. Jessica just wrote, it's important to know how, just in case. Like, know how to rob a bank. Just in case. It's like being prepared. It's like knowing how to build a fire. You may not need to know, but just in case, it's good to know. If you're ever out in the woods, you're going to have to be out there for a while. You better know how to build a fire. And not everybody does. You'll see dumb people. Oh, let me put a bunch of wet leaves together and, try to light it. It's like, nah. But what was I saying? Something about bank robbing? Funny people. Funny women. Funny men. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Robbing a bank. So why would you rob a bank if you only had a week to live? Well, then I wouldn't have to worry about going to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Yeah. Jail would not be fun. I think jail is the only thing worse than having a job. Yeah, because they're kind of similar, but at least you get to go home at night. Yeah. I'd sooner have an hourly job again than go to jail. So you'd rob a bank, huh? Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I'd go in there with like my bandana around my face and I'd go, hey, everybody, get on the ground. This is a robbery. Yeah. And I'd be there like, behind you with a machine gun. Where are we going to get our guns? We could ask Steve. Yeah, okay. Missy's old man is well armed. Okay, so we'll get guns from Steve. And which bank do you want to rob? We should rob one of the big ones. Why? Because they probably have more money. Yeah. Do banks even have money in there anymore? I don't know. It's probably just all on like computer or something. Yeah. You'd get in there and they'd be like, there's no cash in here. What do you think this is? The Old West? You can steal my watch, I suppose. People don't even have watches anymore. All right, this is a bank robbery. Give me your phones. We're in here for the furniture. Actually, some banks have really nice furniture. That'd be a good plan. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go into a bank and rob it, but just take the lobby chairs and those coffee tables. Yeah. And I want to get me some pens with a chain on it. I mean, talk about not trusting your customers. What do you mean? Well, these banks, they're like, yeah, give us your money. We're going to put it in a safe and it'll be fine. What are the odds that some Indian's going to come down here and cracked this safe, you know. And so we trust the bank. But does the bank trust us? They're like, hey, here, you can use this pen, but don't steal it. We put a chain on it so you don't steal it. Same thing with the post office. Post office doesn't trust us enough to just let us use their pens. How much would it cost you if, like, how many pens would they actually lose every day from people going, okay, thanks much, and just walking away with a pen? Yeah, banks deserve to be robbed. Do post offices deserve to be robbed? Well, what do they have? I don't know, mail. If I robbed a post office, yeah, I'd go in and get some rare, like, really valuable Elvis stamps. You'd go in and rob stamps? Yeah. I want those forever stamps with Elvis on them. That would be cool. Okay, here's a question. What's that? What's your favorite Elvis period? You got your Elvis when he first came out, you know, like crew cut Elvis with the gold suit and acoustic guitar dancing. Okay. And then you got Army Elvis, where he's wearing an army uniform and he's got the army haircut. Okay. You got your black leather Elvis from the comeback special. All right. And then you've got Aloha from Hawaii, Elvis in a white jumpsuit with a phoenix, you know, one of those little jewel emblems on his chest. Okay. Or fat Elvis in the bathroom. He was reading a really weird book when he died. Yeah, I heard that. So what's the question? Which Elvis do you prefer? Well, not dead Elvis. Okay. I would probably say, I know a lot of people are going to think that I'm going to say Elvis comeback black leather motorcycle outfit. Yeah, he looked pretty cool that night. I should have pulled up some pictures. But I actually like Aloha from Hawaii Elvis. Yeah, he looked pretty good there. Show starts out and they start with the, you know, like most musicians will have like an opening act. You know what Elvis had? What? The theme from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 bam, bam, ba-da. And then the drums are kind of kicking. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Elvis comes out in a cape. Da-da-da, da-da. No, wait, that's Rocky. What was it? I say see, Rider. Whoa, see what you have done. Yeah, yeah. I just learned this year what a CC Rider is. What is it? I can't even say on this show. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll tell you later. CC Rider. There's probably some people in the BOOZHOO crew who knows what a CC Rider is. Boy, that Elvis. I was singing CC Rider when I was in kindergarten. We'll see what you have done. Yeah, yeah, I say C. CC Rider. CC are initials. C stands for one thing, and the other C stands for carousel. And Elvis was saying his girlfriend was a certain kind of carousel rider. All right? Okay, enough of that. This is a children's show about Ojibwe language. And I'm just sitting here talking about Elvis. I'm all over the place this morning, honey. I know you are. Bank robberies, Elvis Presley. Yeah. Let's get the show on the road. If people didn't show up to hear me pontificate on Elvis. Pontificate, good word. Thank you. What's it mean? I have no idea. It has something to do with talking. But I'm going to stop pontificating. Is it a swear? No, I don't think it's a swear word. I was talking about crime. That's what we were doing. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, a lot of crime in Bemidji lately. I was walking around for a little while yesterday, and just a lot of sketchy people. Like outside the gas station last night. I saw it just looked like somebody was planning a crime. Car pulls up. 2 people get out, full bandanas, sunglasses, and hats, and head over to the bank. That's why I'm thinking about bank robbery. And, my great uncle, Billy Boy. But, and then that car pulls out like he's going to reposition for something. I'm like, what's going on here? This looks really sketchy. And I am not Spider-Man, so I'm going to avoid this. Then I walk a couple blocks later, and there's a cop and a van that had crashed. And the lady's giving a statement or something. Then sirens break out, and apparently down Delton Avenue, or not Delton, Irvine, there were gunshots last night, 7 blocks from here. And then somebody died up north of 71, up by Red Lake in a car accident. And he was from the cities. And you go, what? Why is somebody from Woodbury up in Red Lake? I mean, I guess people have the right to go anywhere they want. But, I don't know. It just looks like a bunch of thugs are walking around here these days. Maybe you're just getting old and these young people look dangerous. That could be. I don't know. Everybody teases the Mormons. But you're never kind of afraid when you see a Mormon ride up to you on a bike. They're wearing their little short sleeve shirts, their little bicycle helmets, got a tie on, backpack. And they're social. They're like, oh, good morning. Hello. Would you like to hear about the Church of Latter-day Saints? Or whatever they say. Nice kids. I always like to stop and talk to those guys. Ask them where they're from. Tell them if they know the earth is flat, stuff like that. But then you see some of these guys riding around, you go, whose bike did you just steal that from? You don't look like a guy who would own a bike. You're wearing big old baggy pants and, work boots. And you're on a bike that you obviously don't know how to ride. Your seat's not adjusted for your height. Might just be me, but boy, it just seems like I can feel it in the air. Bunch of mischief around here in Bemidji. Hey, you kids, why don't you go home? I've seen your yard. It's got dog poop all over it. Get out there and clean up the dog poop. It was a long winter, and you still haven't cleaned up your yard? Come on. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. I mean, yeah, my yard's nothing to brag about. But there's no dog poop, and I mowed it at least. Come on. I am an angry old man, aren't I? Well, you just sound like one of those middle-aged guys who's like, hey, kids, get off my lawn. Yeah. Get off my lawn, you rotten kids. I don't know. And I'm one to talk, I come from a family of criminals. And cops. Cops and robbers. Is your family like that? Do you have good guys and bad guys? If your family's big enough, you'll have a little bit of everything. Oh, we got military men in my family. Really? How many people went to jail? Never mind. How many alcoholics you got in that family of yours? Never mind. My grandfather served in the war. Uh-huh. Well, good for you. Must be nice. Nah. All right, let's... Daniel Black says, locking my doors tonight. Yeah, me too, huh? I'm going to load up my AK-47 too. I'm just going to sit in a rocking chair right behind the front door with my gun and wait. Come on, come on. Go ahead. Make my day. Steve was telling me about one gun he had. Yeah? Yeah. And He was describing it. It was just like the Dirty Harry gun. Magnum something or other. You could tell he's just proud of it because it was a Magnum gun. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of cool. It's good enough for Clint Eastwood, who's still alive at 90 or something. Clint Eastwood, man. Can't kill Clint Eastwood. Jessica says, your grandpa and his brothers took their cops and robbers game very seriously. Yeah, that's what happened. My grandpa and his brothers, they started playing cops and robbers. And they also played army a lot. I remember I got some hand-me-down army guns from my grandpa, which were old style, like just carved out of wood, and would have like a bolt stock or something in it. Because kids used to play army. I don't know if they still do. But you run around in the woods shooting at each other. If you got shot, you'd have to fall down. You know, somebody would jump up out of a bush and with the stick go, pow, pow. I got you, you're shot. And you'd have to act out, geez, tell my wife I love her. And you'd fall on the ground. And then you have to count to 10 while those guys ran away. You know, just like real war. But then after 10, you resurrect. You're like Wolverine. You just go, and you stand up. And then it's your turn to go chasing after your buddies in the woods. I bet you paintball is fun. Yeah, it probably hurts when you get shot. I know. But it's like playing guns for grown-ups. Paintball. Another thing I've never done. Never held a paintball gun in my hand. I've lived such a sheltered life. Recently, Jessica Waboos is actually a cat burglar. Good one, recently. So today's Ojibwe word of the day. What do we got going on here? Nijo Gija Good is the second day of the week. Makes it a Tuesday. Nijo Gija Good. Beijig Nij. But it's not today. It's second day. So we say Nijo. Nijo Gija Good. Tuesday. Some great songs in history with the word Tuesday. Love You Till Tuesday is a David Bowie song. About loving somebody but knowing you're going to break up with them on Tuesday. Love, 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 love you till Tuesday. My head is a whirl and I'll love you till Tuesday. No, 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 and I'll love you till Tuesday. And then there was the band till Tuesday. Hush, hush, keep it down now. Voices carry. Any other songs with Tuesday? Well, there's songs about the week. You know. Well, there's like Thursday's Child has a word Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday born. What's a song with Tuesday in it, though? I can't think. Yeah, me either. Anyway, Nijo Gija Good. The second day. Tuesday. Oh, and you know what else? What's that? It's also, boom, the first day of June. That's right. We made it to June. We made it to June. We made it through the winter, and now we're here smack dab in the middle of almost summer. And in the Anishinaabe way, in the language of the Ojibwe, we say, Ode Emin, Jesus. Sometimes you'll see people write that as Ode Emini, because Mini means berry. Ode Emin, Jesus, is a strawberry moon. Or you can say Ode Emini, because now that I'm saying this, I'm not sure if I spelled that wrong. It might be Ode Emini. But back in the days of the grandfathers, the strawberry was a sacred food for the elders and the medicine men and the moon. I don't know. Why do they call it the strawberry moon? I think probably because strawberries are coming out. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Does the moon turn into a strawberry? I don't think so. But you got me. Maybe back in the days, the moon was just different types of fruit every month. You know, everybody. Hey, you know, in modern day English, sometimes they call that a lunar eclipse we just had a blood moon, which is pretty gross. Maybe a strawberry moon had something to do with the lunar eclipse, or these, you know, pink moons that come out once in a while. And I can't explain what's going on there. It's not the shadow of the earth or whatever. But yeah, sometimes the moon turns different colors. I've seen yellow moons. Yeah, me too. And pink moons, blue moons, white moons, gray moons. You know, moons are different colors sometimes. Anyway, this June we called the strawberry moon. And Tuesdays we called Neo-Good. And, you know, nobody stopped us. Nobody stopped us? Nope. We had the freedom to call the months. And, you know, actually we didn't. Here's something for the kids. I feel bad sometimes because I know the BOOZHOO crews already knows everything. But yesterday when we were in Bina, Missy's, you know, it's not her biological daughter. It's actually her friend's daughter. But in the Indian way, sometimes you just kind of adopt kids once in a while. And so Missy has this little girl who's, what's her name? Avery or something? And and I noticed she was telling her, and Avery was just like a little girl, like 12 or 13 or something. And Missy was all, okay, you got to make sure you respect your elders. That's our way. You know, if if these elders need something, give them your chair, go get them some water or something. And I was really happy to hear her kind of saying this stuff. And it reminded me that, oh yeah, the kids, they're not just born understanding culture, what that word even means. So I kind of want to spend just a minute here covering some basics for any little people who might be here today, or any non-Indian people who just stumble across here and don't know anything about Indian stuff. So, one big cultural thing: honor your elders. And that doesn't just mean, having ceremonies and all that. Sometimes honoring your elders can just be nice. Give them your elbow when they need a walk from the car to the cafe or whatever. Talk about things they're interested in. Don't be boring your grandma with, hey, you know who I like? Billie Eilish. And your grandma's like, what is a Billie Eilish? Oh, grandma, you're so old. You don't even play video games, But so she was kind of giving her some basic. So here are a couple of basic terms I heard yesterday that I wondered, it's like, if a kid heard this for the first time, they wouldn't know. Well, these are kind of little. But yesterday I heard somebody say, Umbe. And anytime you're in a group of Indian people in northern Minnesota, you're going to hear this word, Umbe. And that means, come here, Umbe. And lots of times your elders, if you're a kid with an Indian grandma and grandpa, sometimes they just throw in Ojibwe words, and then the rest of the time they'll speak English. Like, Umbe, it's time to eat. Umbe, we're gonna watch this thing. The veterans are out here with the flags. Umbe, quit bothering her. Come here. For a lot of us, there are certain Ojibwe words that we didn't know that it was Ojibwe until we got a little older. And Umbe is one of those. I always heard Umbe growing up and didn't know it was an Ojibwe word. I just thought it meant, come here, Umbe, come, whatever. But then, Abin. Abin means sit. And a lot of times in Indian schools, you hear the teacher say, Nabadabin, sit down, Nabadabin. Well, that comes from the Abin, Dabin. Abin means sit. And Namadabin means sit down. Now, if that's just for one person, if you're talking to one person, you want to say, sit, up in, or sit down, nubba dubbin. But if you want to tell it to like your whole family, it's like it's time to eat, you might say, Ambe, Weesin in, come here, eat. Nubba dub. Oh, but if it's more than one person, instead of a bin, you say a big. Like, just put a G there. Nubba dub big. Sit down. Everybody. Weesin in. Eat. Eat. Just eat. Or like weesin which is to eat. Weesin in is like a command to eat. Weesin means eating or eat, whatever. And it's also a member of the BOOZHOO crew, huh, sweetie? That's right. BOOZHOO, Weesin. And then, what else is going on here? I want to see what the BOOZHOO crew is saying here. Paintball game at Michael's. Michael, you want to play paintball with the BOOZHOO crew? Not really. Come on, be fun. What, you afraid of getting a little paint on your walls? That's what would be really fun, like inner city paintball battle. Weesin says, everyone meet there. Daniel Black, I'm on my way. Ruby Tuesday. Uh-oh. Jessica says, yeah, right. We're going to go sneak up on him with paintball guns. And he'll be waiting behind the door with an actual gun. I'm not playing that game. Yep. Better watch out. Natasha's got her shotgun on her lap. I got my AK-47. We sneak. Meh, I like to gamble. Daniel Black says, just ask him about language and culture and you're free to go. Yeah. Oh, I might sit down and talk about the old ways with you. But I will never shoot this gun. This is not our way. It is the way of the enemy. We will use our wits. That's a quote from Batman. Were you quoting Batman again? Yeah. Batman didn't use guns in the old days. He does now, because Hollywood can't keep anything straight. That's another complaint I have. When I was a kid, there was a code of the superheroes. They didn't just murder people. The whole point of being a superhero is that they were the underdog, even with their superpowers, because they didn't have any guns. You know, one bullet could still kill Spider-Man like anybody else. And he never needed a gun because he had web shooters and super speed and spider sense. But then you watch like the terrible Justice League movie, and Batman's there with a rifle shooting at whatever. Rifle, good. He's just driving over people, killing people. Superman too. Superman kills. Yeah, remember that Superman? You just ripped his neck off, or broke that guy's neck. Oh yeah, he was fighting the other guy from Krypton. Yeah. Does Wonder Woman kill? Probably. Why do you guys gotta make the superheroes kill? They make the bad guys good and the good guys bad in this upside down modern age. Oh, Cruella de Vil. Let's make a second movie about the bad guy in 101 Dalmatians. They ran out of ideas years ago. Like, okay, movie idea. Movie. Story. What can we do? Hey, I got an idea. Yeah, what is it? How about we just rehash one of the characters? We'll make a movie just about the bad guy. Well, that makes no sense. No, well, Cruella de Vil, the Joker, whoever. And now kids are growing up, cheering on the bad guys. Oh, what's the new Spider-Man demon? Oh, Spawn or whatever? Yeah, not Spawn, though. That's a different him too. The alien symbiote. The knockoff Spider-Man movie, but the Spider-Man costume that comes to life, and now he's a demon. Called, it's going to come to me in a second here. Carnage, or right before Carnage. Anyway. So in this upside down, inverted world of right and wrong, good and bad, normal and abnormal, the bad guys are the good guys. The good guys are murderers. Everybody's gay. What else? Paranoia is strength. Cowardice is rewarded. Venom. Thank you, Isani. Venom I was thinking of. Oh, yeah. So Venom gets his own show. There's a TV show called Lucifer. Yeah, I know. I'm turning into one of those old church ladies, sweetie. You think so? Yeah. I'm seeing Satan everywhere. You know. They're making, Lucifer is now the hero of a mainstream TV show. Well, remember when we were kids, we had Hot Stuff cartoons or comic books? Yeah, remember him? Hot Stuff. You guys probably don't remember this, but when I was a little kid, you might remember Casper, the friendly ghost. Oh, he was a ghost, but he was friendly. He was dead. And then Bart Simpson pointed out once that Casper was actually just the ghost of Richie Rich because they had the same face. Those cartoonists are really lazy. They just trace over stuff. But there's Casper the Friendly Ghost, Richie Rich, and then there was a devil in diapers they called Hot Stuff. And, I don't know. My family didn't make a big deal out of the Hot Stuff cartoons, comics. But I don't think my grandma liked it that I was reading a comic with a devil on it. I remember being a little kid and wanting to draw the devil more than I did. Yeah. But I felt like I shouldn't. And I didn't want to draw Jesus and angels and stuff because they wore robes. And, drawing a demon is a lot more fun. You can draw flames, bat wings, horns, just so much creativity and just dark, So I remember I drew a couple of demons growing up, but I also felt kind of guilty and I wouldn't share it with my grandma. Remember your art show? Yeah. I had an art show once, a museum show. Okay, I'm kind of blurring the line between me and Michael here. But back in the days of the grandfathers, in like 1999 or 2000, I had an art show in a gallery in Duluth. And I hung up a bunch of cartoons and all this stuff. And one of the pieces I did was a sculpture where I just painted kiss paint on religious statues like Jesus and Mary and those little white things. And my grandma came to the show and I made sure I grabbed the Jesus stuff that I had defaced with kiss makeup and I put it away. Did you really? Yeah, I didn't want my grandma getting... I mean, she never got mad at me for anything, but I didn't want to push it. I knew she could get mad. I just never felt her wrath. Anyway, talking about nothing this morning on a beautiful Nijo Kijagud. It's a beautiful second day. So, holy man, is it already 8:43? Did we start on time today? Yeah, I think so. It's already been 40. I start talking about nothing and the time just flies by. All right, I feel like I should tell a story before I let you take over. What story are you going to tell? Daniel Black says, I thought my gran would have had a heart attack when I brought home the number of the Beast album, being a Christian woman. Yeah, there's always that too. I had certain albums I didn't want my grandma to see, like Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. For some of you guys that don't know about Iron Maiden, they had this great song called 666, the number of the beast. And in the song, the guy would actually quote the Bible. Woe to you, O earth and sky, for the devil, something, beast comes with his wrath. For he knows his time is short. Blah, 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 something, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. I lived alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. Iron Maiden, man. My favorite Iron Maiden song, though, is Run to the hills. Run for your life. Judas Priest, too. My grandma wouldn't have appreciated my Judas Priest album. Sad Wings of Destiny. Had Fallen Angel. And it's just a gorgeous, if you like heavy metal, like classic heavy metal, music that kind of talks about the Middle Ages or something. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. It's just cool music with great guitar and drums and all this stuff. Oh, Wasted Years. Hey, Idios Kelvin, how you doing? Wasted Years is a great song too. Yeah. So, it's so underrated. Because heavy metal singers are also like opera singers in a way. They got to tell a story. They got to emote. And Bruce Dickinson, is that the lead singer of Iron Maiden or is that the bass player? I don't know. Daniel Black says, brilliant song. Want it played at my funeral. I thought he read, had it played at my funeral. I was like, is Daniel Black writing from the grave? Yeah, that would be cool, huh? Wasted Years on your funeral song. Of course, I'm going to have Kiss music at my funeral. Yeah, for sure. What Kiss song do you want at your funeral? Something from The Elder. Really? Because most people won't know those songs. Yeah, I don't care. But The Elder is kind of the closest thing Kiss has to a Pink Floyd album. The Elder was, engineered by, or the producer was the same guy who did The Wall. Yeah, Bob Ezrin? Right. I think it was Bob Ezrin. Yeah, it was. He also did Destroyer. What do you want written on your tombstone? I want this in quotes. It just says, "See, I told you I was sick." That'd be great. How about you? What do you want on your tombstone? On my tombstone, I wanted to say, "Here lies Natasha. She she always, I don't know." I'll think of something. You think I'm going to die first? I promise you. You will die before me. Sounds like a threat. Nah, I'm just kidding. Daniel Black says, Nanaboozhoo won't have Lick It Up played. Lick it up, yeah. Don't want to wait till you know me better. All right. Okay, well, it's kind of a stupid episode. But at least I didn't cry. Yeah, okay. All right. Nijo Gijuga is the second day. And Ode Aminigizis is Strawberry Moon, which means June. Happy Strawberry Moon, you guys. And what's the other one? Ambe. Come here, Ambe. Ambe. Listen in. Abin. Sit. Abin, just sit. Nabadabin. Sit down. Nabadabig. Sit down, you people. And we need to eat. Come on, people now. Smile on. All right. Well, I'm going to let Natasha come up here. You want to come up here, sweetie? Sure. And in the meantime, we have a wonderful song here. This song is dedicated to the BOOZHOO crew for everything they've gone through so far, the trials and the tribulations, this long journey in the battle for truth, justice, for the good, the true, and the beautiful. For the Mino, the Debwewin, and the, how do you say beautiful? It was one of our words just the other day. I don't remember. And the beautiful. I can't believe I can't remember what beautiful means. Gi has the word in it. Gi dinna way magana doog. Gi dinna way. I don't know. Somebody down here is gonna write it in. On my headstone, I'll have "I'm behind you." Look behind you. That'd be great. All right. So here's a song about something that is dedicated to the BOOZHOO crew. And I forget which one it is. Oh, it's a blues tune. A red house over yonder, where my baby stayed. There's a red house over yonder, where my baby stayed. I've been home to see my baby 99 and 1/2 days. Wait a minute, something's wrong. My key won't unlock this door. Oh no, I think there's something wrong. My key won't unlock this door. No more. I got a bad, bad feeling. My baby don't live here no more. Oh, that's alright, I still got my guitar to play. Show us how it's done. Lyons on the guitar. There's a red house over yonder, where my baby stays. There's a red house over yonder, where my baby stays. But if my baby don't love me still, well, I know her sister. If my baby don't love me still, well, I know her sister. If my baby don't love me still, I know her sister. All right, thank you, Jessica Waboos. Mikawadas. Mikawadad means beautiful. Gi Mikawadazi, you are beautiful. La 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 la. Mikawadad, beautiful. The good, Mino. The truth, the Bwewin, and the beautiful, Mikawadad. So let's talk about my feather. I put this in my hair. What do you think? Cute, huh? The good, the true, and the beautiful. What is good? What is true? What is beautiful? And I think one thing that's good is always the truth. And the The truth is, they're actually all the same thing, aren't they? That which is good is true. Really? Aren't some, is everything that's good true? Well, isn't there some bad stuff that's true? Yeah. Yeah, I suppose there is. But then beautiful. The good, the true, and the beautiful. What is good and true and beautiful? What's good and true and beautiful in your life, sweetie? Let's see. What's good in my life is this show. Yeah. What is true in my life? The truth. One thing I think is true is that there are deceptions everywhere. Yeah, that's what's so awful. A lot of deceit going on out here. I wonder if I can make myself a little taller. And then what is beautiful? You are, sweetie. Ah, get out of here. I'm going to move this camera down just a little bit. Sunny day. I don't know what to say. So how you guys doing? It's nice to be here on this Nijo Geisha Good. On this big Tuesday in Ode Amene Gizis in the strawberry moon. In the time of the strawberry moon. On this day in history. What happened on this day in history? On this day in history, they discovered America in 1492. They did not. No, I don't know. Let's see. What else did they discover? Have you learned anything, any new like truths from like the Truth Channel people? Any new truths? A truther? A truther is what, weirdos call conspiracy theorists. No, it's not. A truther is what we call ourselves when other people call us conspiracy theorists. And let's see, one of the new truths I've learned. I don't know. My favorite new truth is where the term racist comes from. I just love it. It just seems so ironic, don't you think? That the government would call Indians racists for not wanting to assimilate. Oh, you bunch of racists want to keep your language and your culture. Ew. So racist, you don't just want to become European. Bunch of racists. Because you ever think about that? Like, do white supremacists, do they get all insulted by people who don't want to be white supremacists? Oh, you racists. You're racist against us wanting to assimilate you. Just speak English, you're racist. Just adopt our religion, you're racist. Just dress and act our ways. Give up your culture and your family ways and your knowledge and your... You know what I suspect, speaking of what's true? What's that? I think the boarding schools, it wasn't just to, help level the playing field so Indian kids could compete in the white world. Yeah, what do you think it was? I think it was part of the plan of wiping out the history. And not just our history, all of history. What do you mean? Well, like the history of North America. When the government took all the children away from their elders, they kept the elders from being able to pass down knowledge. Like where we come from. Like what happened, Because on the one side, you've got, okay, wait a second. How many thousands of buildings had to be built in every city in North America in 50 years? If somebody goes, oh, yeah, historically, it says, they somehow erected 4 million buildings in 100 years or something. The math doesn't work out in our history. These cities were all built in such a short time, if we're to believe the historical record. And there's ruins in North America, in the United States, Not even ruins. They're just old buildings that have Roman, Grecian, Greco architecture. And, Egyptian god statues on tops of, just in a regular town. Oh, it's the courthouse. It's like, really? Why is there a statue of Aphrodite on the top of the dome? Or a statue of Colossus of Rhodes or whoever? Like, yeah, they decided to do that in the 1800s. So, what if there was an advanced, totally civilized people here, cities, just like Europe, long before Columbus or whoever, the founding fathers, all that sketchy history that doesn't make any sense. What if all the buildings were here, everybody died off, and, then there were uninhabited cities everywhere, maybe covered in mud. Native people, indigenous people to North America would have oral traditions, stories of giants and cities and something that happened that might have killed everybody before the next wave of European people came over. And, they set up these boarding schools, take the children away, and they didn't just teach them English, they made them forget Ojibwe or Dakota or whatever they spoke. Most of us can't just go back and learn what happened here from a native perspective. They say we didn't have a written language, except we had apparently an alphabet. It's all so suspect. It's like that book Tony Troyer put out, Everything You Want to Know About an Indian But Are Afraid to Ask. And it's all these softball questions. How come Indians are so awesome? Oh, it's because of this. But it's my questions are real, Who built New York City? Who built San Francisco? What created all these mud floods? What were Indian people doing? If we weren't living in the cities, we didn't have horses and swords, were we really so primitive? And I don't think Tony could answer that. But, everything I want to know, but I'm afraid to ask. What am I afraid to ask? How much per cap you guys getting? Everyone's afraid to ask that. How much money did you get when you turned 18? How much money did you really have to borrow when you went to college? These are the questions people are afraid to ask. What are the goodies you get from, reservation stuff? So, yeah. Everything you want to know, but are afraid to ask. Oh, I'm so afraid. How come you're so fat? I was afraid to ask, but, what's with your big fat belly and your skinny legs? I'm afraid to ask. Where did your butt go? That's too funny. So, I don't know. Mikawadad. Beautiful. Mikawadad. Gee, Mikawadazi, you are beautiful. I think the BOOZHOO crew is beautiful. Even though I don't know what most of them look like. I think they're beautiful people on the inside. No. Alright, well, I guess that's all the time we have for tonight. Kind of a weird show, huh? Yeah, did we even cover anything? Not really. But I can't, I just want to stop in and say hi to the BOOZHOO crew. Even if we don't have anything that profound to talk about. It's just nice. Hey, how's it going, you guys? Daniel Black says, sadly, I upset my cousin on the issue of schools. My grandparents were part of it and lived through me. Did I have to meet them for it to be true? Sadly, I upset my cousins on the issue of schools. My parents were part of it, and it lives through me. Yeah, it does live through you. Did I have to meet them for it to be true? I'm not sure. Did you have to meet your grandparents for the experience to be... Oh, for you to be truly affected by your grandparents' experience? No, I don't think so. I have a grandmother, was it just grandmother? Yeah, great-grandmother. My mom's grandma. I had met a couple of times, but I didn't really know, like, oh, you see this old lady in this wheelchair? That's your great-grandma. And I was a little girl going, oh, hi. But I didn't know her. And yet, I feel such a special connection to her. From the stories I heard, she was a musician. And she played violin, piano, guitar, saxophone. Back in like the early 1900s. She joined a professional orchestra and moved to California. And after about 6 months, her mother wrote and told her to come home to the farm because she missed her. And so she came home and she gave up her dreams in the big city. And, but, I don't know, I kind of feel like I have stuff in me that was passed down in my DNA about music, about giving up, I don't know. Yeah, I think we all carry our ancestors in us. But also check this out. What if all your ancestors, the spirits, live with you? You don't need to meet your ancestors from 5 generations back for them to be, influencing your life. So yeah, I totally think you don't need to know them for it to be true. Jessica says, nope, I messaged you back that, Danny. Idiot Kelvin says, the Sphinx has a Nubian woman. The Sphinx has a Nubian woman. Is Nubian black? Is that what that means? Daniel says, I'll check it out. Cheers, just been busy. Idiot says, ADD is evolution of the brain. Oh, ADD. Attention deficit disorder. Yeah, they told me I had ADD when I was in school. I didn't pay any attention. No, just kidding. I wonder, maybe, yeah, what they call a disorder. They also never take any responsibility for your schools being so boring. And, they'll call a kid attention deficit because he can't sit in a school class and he doesn't care to listen to you drone on about nonsense. But, yeah, I think it could be. You might be onto something, idiots. Gigawabamin, Minawa, BOOZHOO crew. Gigawabamin, Minawa, Jim Dunn. I didn't even know you were here. How you doing, Jim? The Book of Enoch will rock your world. I've heard the Book of Enoch is something to read. I still haven't read it. I mean, I haven't read most of the Bible, but I gotta check that out. See ya, Missy. I'll check that book out. Never mind, I'm still tired. All right. Well, you guys, looks like it's that time again. Jessica says, there are millions of Christians in the East who consider the Book of Enoch to be canon. Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Christians from the East seem more connected, They're like the traditionals. Well, sweetie, you want to chime in? Anything else before I say goodbye to the BOOZHOO crew? No, that's pretty good. Okay. Should we go down to Country Kitchen? You want to go down and get some bacon and eggs? And some coffee? Some makane mashki kiwabu? You bet, baby. Okay. We're going to Country Kitchen. You can't stop us. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's so nice to see you. Miigwech bisandawi egg. Thank you for listening. And miigwech ganawabi egg. Thank you for watching. I gotta get better at this. Thank you for watching. Boop. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This This is NANABOOZHOO. Bonjour. This is Michael Lyons. Hello. And I will see you again tomorrow, I suppose. Probably. Most likely. So have an awesome Nijukijugan. And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minowa. You're supposed to teleport me right then. Oh, sorry. Toa.